Hello everyone. Okay, I think this is take three by now. Okay, so this week I will talk about the field sketching. Yeah, but actually it should be field from home anyway because we have the obstruct on the COVID-19 situation. So the this is the agenda for this week. So I will recap what we have learned from week one and week two, right? And also this week, I think it's not that much because I already covered up everything, every single thing that will be the basic tools for architecture sketching. Yeah, I want to say something like this. I don't want you to get deep that much into the theory at first when you try to practice your idea, your style, your tools. I think it will be better if you just jump onto it. Yeah, but anyway, learning the theory is important thing or important things too. So I will talk a little bit about how we gonna select some of the view selection and perspective. Yeah, but anyway, I think the idea that I brought to you, that drawing by the eyes, I think is already covered up everything. Yeah, and okay, the last two will be the watercolor for architecture process, which I think I already covered up on week two already. Yeah, and the last one will be the freedom on sketching selection. Yeah, I think it's about how I practice my tools of work, how I work on any other situation. Okay, we will go to that. Okay, I will try to separate the video into a small lectures in each, so that should not take you long enough to study. And once you cover all the 5 items, okay, then I'll let you do the homework. Okay, so I think we should start by the first agenda, the apply lighting. Okay, oh no, sorry, it should be the recap thing. Okay, so the I re- I have to say that I taught you about how do we do the scales and ratio, right? Jimmy and Ann, as I mentioned to you, and also the basic on watercolor and the lighting value, just the basic one. Okay, so I taught you about how we gonna derive the forms or some complex form. Yeah, actually start from a very geometric way to begin with. You just need to observe the primary form, right? And then after that you just start to look onto its scales, on how we're gonna divide this one into a section, how it's going to be, where the center of it. Yeah, and then as I introduced to you, Timmy, okay, it can apply into anything, not only just the horizontal line. We can call that the horizontal line in the architecture sketch, which I will not talk about yet. Okay, but anyway, we can use that ideas on the line to help us getting the form, right? So one we get the major form, and then you put the minors into it, and then later on we also how do we say that, defines the edge. Yeah, define the framework of the form, and then later we finish them up. Yeah, so this should not be so hard that much, and I think it's very useful whether you start from one object. Okay, and then after that we go from the small object into the large object, right? With, I want to say it this way, that okay, it doesn't have to be like the small one and big one is different, but I would like you to think that the building itself is just like a big object anyway, and we can derive the form from the major geometric way too. Even the form start to be like these how to say, these roof. Yeah, it's actually start from the major forms anyway, so you don't need to be like freak out when you first see the the object. Yeah, you just need to relax yourself and start to divide them by starting from the major forms, and then later on find its center. Use Jimmy wherever you can to study how you're gonna to study the forms. Yeah, and then after that, I think the process of the architecture sketching, or even the artwork or architecture work, it is how we try to get into small things. Just start from the big one, from the big idea, and then you go into the small one. Okay, we'll go fast for the recap, and then this one tell you a lot about how we start to get the forms into the more, how to say, complicated form, right? Not only the geometric form. I think you can also create the drawing, the painting, the sketch by just using the geometric form this way, and then you get into this curve form. Okay, you just need some of the area, some of the framework, some of the geometric structure to get into the complicated form. Okay, and that's also apply into not only the building, right? That we face it. Oh, it's very complicated, and then even you come up with the more details, object details of your works. Yeah, you just start from the major form anyway, as I told you. Yeah. Okay, and then we try to apply how we're going to put the organic things, organic element to our work, right? The human eye, like this one, we add the humans into our work, but I have to say that it will confuse you. Yeah, you just, when you go to field sketch, you just start by understanding the view from your eyes, what your eyes see. Yeah, because most of our times we go to the architecture sketching, yeah, mostly we will use as the general horizontal line at the human eyes level, or even the worm eye views. It depends on you. Yeah, but anyway, I just want you to encourage that don't mix up with the theory that, oh, Achan, how I'm gonna apply the human eye view level at people, blah blah blah. Yeah, just don't confuse by that idea. Just strict with the draw by your eyes, as I mentioned to you, by your eyes. Draw on what you see. Yeah, draw on what you see on the buildings, on how the line was formed, how the location of the building it is, right? And then after that, when you get the main objective done, and then after that, you can add the vehicle, add vehicle, add people, add trees, blah blah blah, anything. Yeah, but this one is just like the small element that helps your work to be more real, or just get life into it anyway. Yeah, so don't just flood yourself, flood your mind with the very complex idea, complex things at first. Yeah, but just go with easy. Just go with your eyes. Yeah. Okay, I taught you about how the positive and negative things, right? And how to practice the gradient painting. Yeah, I practice them almost every time before I do the watercolor, because it's very hard to understand on how we're going to control the water, right? And then later on, I have to say that the watercolor is one of the very hardest tools to control. It's because it's very flat on itself, but we can create like the level within it by using the ideas of the gradients and things, and how we're gonna apply shade into the work, right? So by practicing this one, I think it will be very helpful for you when you when you start to give your organic object of your work to be more realistic, yeah, by getting it, by give it shadow, shading, and okay. And I taught you about, yeah, this one is just like a, I think I say it one time, it's very relaxing and very good practice for yourself, that you can practice creating the using the gradient from solid, right, into the light. And this one, this just create like the film layers. You can practice them, not you don't have to follow my set of the work, but you can apply this into many things and something else, yeah. This one, this practice will give you a very good practice for the watercolor gradient, and how you gonna manage to, how to say, how you gonna manage to put the light to the dark color, yeah. So this one, it is one of the very good practice for you to do, yeah. Okay, and I think we're gonna stop the first part at this area for the recap. Okay, and when we continue into the apply lighting in next video, yep.